Greetings and welcome to Factorio. I'm Dgray, and today we continue our Let's Play of Pyanodons, where last episode just solved our iron issues for hopefully the foreseeable future. But you never know what Pyanodons throws at you. So in today's episode we'll continue down the tech tree towards our automated simple circuits, which should speed up the expansion of the base quite significantly. So science is going, we're building up a nice surplus, so that is quite good. So power, also more than good. Let's see here. At the end of last episode we're just looking at these and how we got to things, and for now we're trying to go with liquid manure. For that we need water, biomass and moss, and in an orc paddock, and we almost had what's called the biomass. We at least got the machines for it. So let's just hook these up somewhere and see if we can't get that going. Could set them up here, just move them to their own cell so I don't have to move them. That could actually be, it could actually be a good idea having a building cell where we can just move it out to different cells nearby. So let's just do it here for now. I was looking for these. We decided we could actually use. Make that one that needs water in. Turn like this. Two things in. We can use one pump. Also, probably make quite a few of these pumps. They're quite good to have in terms of water handling. While this is going, we might as well queue up a ton of simple circuits because we don't have them automated yet. So we are getting closer and closer by the minute. Can't rotate these. I'm guessing water always comes out the bottom. So to make the blueprint as small as possible, could do something like this with these on the opposite side. We'll also do the inputs over here. That might actually take a bit less room if we did that. So do this one. Just say in, out. Oh, we'll need double in. Yeah. So luckily we have room for that one. That shouldn't be that big of a deal. Yeah, and one active provider, oh, one passive provider, sorry, in just a second. There we are. So this one will use the sand, which we have a ton of. This one will get the soil, which we also have quite a lot of. Okay, might be overkill. Let's just get 500, might be overkill as well. But yeah, it's fine. This one should produce what we need. Getting rock out. A bit of power. Should we limit it to? What if we limit you to 500 as well? Is that a lot or less? How much quark do we need? They use for in the future. At 5 at a time. Use for biomass 10 at a time. Maybe 500 might not. That might, oh, and directly like that to 10. Yeah, so limiting to 500 might not be a bad idea. Here is some power. Might do it like this for easy expansion. Do a second one just below, please. Then we'll move this to its own cell. Hopefully that will make it modular. So what if we just move this somewhere else? You can just kind of take that and you can go over here. And that hopefully is going to activate these in just a second. That's kind of going to work for now, because then I should have enough. Let's just see if this starts to work now, after the things get flown in. Think it through the machines into the network, so they should be on their way. They're right there. Let's see. That's flowing in. Sand is getting delivered as well. That is going. I can't remember how fast it was, but that should at least give us some of these out. I made one more. Let's just place it down so we have all three of them. There we are. So that is the Gua thing automated. That is yet another thing we need for going forward. For food, among other things. And now I just hope I need it for something. Completely forgot to check. Well, let's see here. Liquid manure. Okay, I need it for biomass. Biomass, can get that in soil separators now. Getting these beans that we need for drilling as well in the future. That's the entire reason why we did this. So if we take you two, or one of you pretty much. Ash can actually be used for us, not a lot of ash. Ash even. Goes into guam, bean seeds and biomass seeds. Take you. I'll give some biomass. Not a lot, but a bit. And if you then make a few filter minor loaders. Why 6 filter? Ooh, that's a lot. Might be easy just making a few of these then. Because the throughput is not. Oh wait, it is that high. That's a lot of products we have to get out. This moves 15 a second, so that can just barely move, almost move it all out. I might be able to live with the last 10% of getting out at full speed. Okay, let's try this. One in, that can be done with a normal inserter. Or normal belts even. Do them this side instead. Then we'll double out. We want the filters out onto normal transport belts. Wait, I need just a normal mini loader will be fine. Then we should be good. Then we need one of the small ones because it only needs 10 out and that can barely be consumed. One of these still needs a filter. That is a bit annoying. So we'll actually need to have 2 of these or take one of these. Yeah, let's get one of these. They are cheaper. Let's try that. We'll actually need use this one out into as a providers. That's not. Oh, you require power. Oh, that's a new thing. And then this one actually requires just a normal mini loader in for that one. That way we should get all out we need. Don't know if you should limit any of this. Might just let it run for now, since we need quite a bit of it. Fuel filter. That's called. Have biomass in one of them. Biomass goes into that one. And down here we'll have the last output thing. being the guava seeds. Don't know if we needed to do 2 of these, but let's just do it for now. And you only need 5 every 3 seconds, so that should be fast enough for one of these. So let's try this. You'll of course move out to your own cell. Might want it in here for now. Then we'll move it in case it's needed in the future. Let's try this for now. You can stay there. And then we'll see if I'll move you out. Just get... Let's try 1 for now, just to see how... No, wait. As always, remember to build bigger than you think you'll need. I know it costs a bit of power, but otherwise I'll have to check on this in the near future. And I don't want to do that. Expensive build. We get 2 every time we make 1, of course we do. Do we? Let's just check to be sure. Add some mini loaders. They should soon get put down. There we are. That should at least give us a bit more of what we need. More view, it seems. Things are getting in as intended. The power pole is gonna get delivered. And then we should be good. Our power is more than strong, or holding strong. That is going. There's the seeds going out. Oh wait, idiots. It's crafting speed 0.5, so it can easily keep up. Never mind, that is fine. Huh. Isn't that kind of weird? How can this one consume... It looks like it's... Oh wait, it comes out slower maybe. At least something is wrong with that setup. I can see that much. About the way we set it up. Because for some reason the biomass is not coming out correctly. I should probably have wait, oh, we're just missing something. Isn't this kind of strange, guys? This one outputs at 15 a second. This one should only be able to take at 3.75, but it can take it in much faster than that. At least it looks like it's much faster than that. I don't know if it's because this one is pushing it in much faster. I don't know if any of you can explain that. What's that? It might just because it's an input, it doesn't care about the build speed. That might be the only reason I can see why this can consume that. Well, if it works, it works, but I'm a bit suspicious about it. Might have to check with a mod author somewhere about that one. So more science done. Should we get a few more of these done just to get them out the way. Oh, this one's probably needed for something as well, if I remember correctly. Bed processing. Good. And maybe some of these animal things. So let's see here. We have biomass now. Yeah, I'm quite sure I can compost it as well. I think it's a 1-to-1 ratio for the composting. But I need a composter for it, but that should be fine. But I think there's a 1-to-1 ratio. So if I fill up on the seeds, or fill up on that, I'll just change it out. But it's also needed to go into what looks like oil drilling, and I kind of want oil in the future. I could set some kind of system that outputs as soon as we have too much in storage into a biomass burner, or composter even. Would actually be a good idea. But let's just see here. It means we have biomass, moss, and water now. It means we need the arc paddock. We have that. But to make that... oh, we can make it, yeah, we need some animals in it. So if we look at this one, over here we have a bit of room. Look how massive it is. We'll need to get in one caged orc. Oh wait. Oh wait, we still need the animals. We can't just make manure, I'm guessing. Is that correct? Or can I just throw in... no, I need animals for it even to work in that slot. At least I think so. But try it out, but I'm quite sure that is how it works. Give me some tests here. I'm testing material. Water barrel, let's give me 10 of you. Yeah, I was quite sure that would be the case. So to get the orc even, what they're called, I think we need the creature maker. This one. And then need a gene lab and plastic is a bit further away. Titanium plates, I think we are... yeah, we have the titanium plate, so that is fine. That's not gonna hold us back. But the arcs are... right, we need this one. We don't even have plastic yet, do we? Oh, don't tell me plastic is locked behind green science. That would be a bit annoying. If that is the case. Oh, if I know Pyanodon and King writes, that's probably the case. Plastic. No, oh, we can get it here. Okay, syngas, aromatics. That we have everything for that one. For a biofactory. Okay, whew. I was about to say if we had to make that, that would be a bit annoying. So, biofactory. Right there. Let's see, what do you require to make things? Need this one to make plastic bars. Then we actually have to get the syngas we were looking at earlier. Coal gas and water. And I probably should turn all the tar I have. Coal gas. Also have two things I'll have to manage. We can always just throw it away. But having this one might actually not be a bad idea. The tar can just pull that from the ground. Let's see here. Do I ever make a tar extractor? That's tar processing. Tar extractor needs chromium, unless we just take it from on normal recipes. How bad is chromium? Chromium sand. I have these three. Chromium sand is of chromium grade 1. Chromium ore. Might just set up some mining from chromium. That might actually be easier than going through the entire process of the other one. And it's just where we have chromium. Nickel, zinc, tin. Oh, we have chromium right in the base. But to be honest, let's set up some chromium processing. Get some of it crafted as well. So chromium is right. That requires syngas. That's typical yet again. That's just coal gas. We'll need a gasifier. That is most certainly the case. Now that one is probably something we could make. We can also just go and make it with oxygen, cellulose, and water. Otherwise, we'll have to go into coal gas. Oh, because I have to check that one out. Because oxygen is just making an electrolyzer. Might have to go for that one. Because we have a ton of cellulose. So, electrolyzer. Some of all this junk out of my inventory. All of you. Oh, wait, you can go away. Mine what? Lolly? I might as well just get this one from right here. Get the oxygen from the electrolyzer. Electrolyzers right there. Let's get 2 because 2 is pretty much just a doubling. That is always good to have. Oh, they require quite a bit of power. Ancient remains near the lake. What is it these give? They require syngas to mine. What do you get out of it? That is what I'm not quite sure about as of right now. So electrolyzer. You'll get oxygen, hydrogen, require a ton of water. Not water, sorry, power. Use hydrogen for anything. Exciting. It's need for something. Probably store it somewhere. Makes sense I would get bone, but not really missing bone at the moment. But yeah, neither do I. I'm not that kind of an expert in pie either. Saving hydrogen might actually be good. Then again, I don't think how much storage we have might be good. I get coal gas from bones, but I need syngas to mine it. I need syngas first, so we'll have to do an earlier process and hopefully that will free something up. I get phosphate rock from it. So I just want to burn what's it called, the hydrogen into the atmosphere right now. That might be what we should do, but then again, burning resources is never something I overly enjoy. Gas refinery. I have a gas vent. Then we can vent this gas for now. Do that. They'll vent unwanted gas. This one will go into... I actually think we can make... Oh, we can't make that yet. We'll just get our automated factories. You'll just get oxygen. I need to barrel oxygen. I think that'll be fine. Then we'll get a water pump over here to get water flowing. If I do this, it'll be fine. That'll give us water down on this side. Over here we can also jump to make sure it works in the future. Something like that. And then we just need to barrel in up here. Okay, that'll be fine. Oh, items in barrels out. There we go. I think that should work for what I'm trying to do. That will loop it around here. That'll give us oxygen and that. That will mean we'll get a row of those. We'll get barrels in. 50 might be fine. Let's just check it works before we move it, so we don't do the same mistake we did before. Need one down here to make it work at least. Yeah, that works as intended. That gives us oxygen out. So I'd like to move you to somewhere new. We're making a ton of things up here. But just start you right here in the corner. For now. We just need to hook up the power and it should be good. Events, bio, pump checks. That's some electrolyzers out. So let's see if this can give us at least some of what we need. Go little robots. Goes the barrels in, there goes the oxygen. Hook you up a bit. And have them right there. That seems good, and I can in theory just take this and double it like that. So let's leave this for a little while. It should start as soon as this one gets delivered, and then we'll do double electrolyzer for oxygen. Actually has a quite good animation. Perfect. So that was the oxygen we need. Oops. Then we just need the other two in a gasifier. Then we actually have syngas. Let's just get you set up. Pump. I have the gasifier right here. Make syngas. Oxygen, water in. I can install with pretty much the same setup as we have right here. We just have to reverse the flow a bit. Other than that, it should work. What if we do it there? Because then water can do something like this. Also jump here and here. And I'd like for you to go this way. And jump. Also, you will change from out to in. That should be everything we need for this one. Otherwise, there we go. And right here. Also, we need one more just over here. For the output from this one. Syngas in barrels. Perfect. Right there. Yeah. think that will give us most of what we need. Just getting power. Not. Maybe something like this. We're able to expand you down then and connect up. That should probably help in terms of expanding. Perfect. So needs one item in now. Then we should be good. We'll need to get barrels out over here. Place it there. Then we have a somewhat of a system that should work. Let's test it out. We need to request the oxygen is the thing we're missing, and we're missing the cellulose as well. So items in, put you right there. One, that one, and get cellulose. So hopefully that's all we need for our syngas to get produced. Got the cellulose, pressed into oxygen, and it should be good. Oh, please stop that. Not mean to do that. I need to get all of these away again then. Not empty. Empty oxygen barrels instead. So that way we have a setup that hopefully works. That is a lot of oxygen. Let's just check that you start, and then if you do, we can move you to your own cell. Far, far away from our little crafting area right here. Yeah, that works. That is perfect. That's gonna output syngas up here, giving us what we need. And then I'd like to move you somewhere completely different. Maybe just up here. Give it a bit away. Good way to get rid of a lot of items. Active provider. Just throw them in. Please take all of this. You are an eyesore. There we are. That should slowly start to produce syngas over here. As soon as I add the gasifier to the mix. All of you can go out. And yeah, that is somewhat good. What is the base missing? Quartz for glass. Guessing that's gonna stop our science at some point. That's just because this one is starting to run out. Let's just do a quick fix on that while I still remember. Can I just take you? Place you. You can just start to clear out all of this. Then I'll just go and throw in some miners. Go, please start to get these. Hopefully give us some more glass for the things. Might have to move these some point if they can't get what's below, and I think that might be the case. but at least this should give us a bit more. So, where were we? We're looking at syngas. Why were we looking at syngas? Yeah, for chromium. So that's the other thing we'll have to set up. I don't think we set it up yet. We didn't. So let's just get that out the way. Hopefully we got some things getting produced down here. And it's still holding strong. You need an upgraded inserter. You are way too slow. That is looking good. Evening, Philip. Yeah, I'm starting to catch up. I'm only about a year or two behind now. As I said on Discord, I think it was yesterday or the day before that. Every time I see a stream from the community server, it's like you guys go from playing with sticks and stones to flying spaceships. So yeah, it is a bit of a challenge to keeping up with you guys. But I'll try to do as much as I can tonight and get as close as possible. That one probably doesn't work, so we'll have to do that one. All of them, they are extremely expensive to do. Go, and we'll of course limit you a small amount. Also, don't want to use all my syngas right away. Syngas out. Please go in here. Here's some minus for you. Then we should be able to activate this rather easy. Syngas barrel. Let's get you 40 for now. Probably don't have that much in our network yet, but at least this will at least get us mining. So that is at least the most important thing going on at the moment. Did we ever upgrade you? Oh wait. Got to put down the automated factories. I keep forgetting that, or we ain't really making them in the network yet. I kind of have to remember to throw some into the network once in a while. But that should get them delivered. Together with a few of these. Anything else we're missing? One blue inserter, or fast inserter even. So let's just throw that in as well, into the mix. That should be everything we're missing. Of course, it's going to my personal. How many am I requesting? 10. Give me 2. Fine. There we go. That's gonna give us more syngas. That's gonna be much better than before. And now to remember, or while I remember, let's just double this one. And yeah, get the trees away, please. That way, at least we'll produce double the amount of syngas as soon as we get this up and running. Luckily, I can always see what I'm missing down here. I just have to remember to look. And always remember to be crafting these things. So that was a chromium, which was needed for a few things. I was needing a jaw crusher. chromium grade 1. Oh, we can also do directly into this one if you wanted to. I kind of want to set up the jaw crushers just to save a bit on the syngas. That's going to be 10 to 1 to grade 1. Go into this one instead. Giving us chromium sand. That combined with a few other things will give us more chromium than before. Chromium is a high volume item. Maybe not right away, but it probably will be. Honestly, chromium was one of the things that was lacking. Should we do the long research tree before going, instead of just throwing it in here? I'm debating if it's worth it. 5 into 1, 1 into 3, 3 into, or 15 into 5. So it's twice as efficient, with a lot of extra steps, pretty much. Then we need jaw crusher, then we need soil separator, and then we need casting. Oh, we need sand casting for it. Or just high pressure right here. Don't know if it's worth the entire process yet. Might as well just do a very simple one right here to get the first part of chromium working. I just kind of want to get things off the ground. Let's try this just to get, as I said, a small amount flowing. This is still fine. It's still a massive surplus, 260k. That's overkill. But there we are, that's the chromium at least. Let's see, if we go back to circuits, or maybe just looking at the arc. Even spill it. Nuts. Let's do it the old-fashioned way. Orc one right here. But we kind of needed to get the creature one. Creature just needed a gene one. That was the plastic we were going for. That is correct. Plastic one. That wasn't the bio. What's the bio thing we're looking at? Now we have the syngas. Yeah, we need probably chromium for something else, but we have syngas now at least. Aromatics. Aromatics, black liquor and oxygen. Cold water slurry. Something we can't get yet. Might have to go with the black liquor thing. Oh, and we have... Oh, wait, oh, is that the thing I'm venting down below? Please tell me I'm not venting it. Please tell me I just have it stored right here. Where did it go? Was it I did that? Was it up here? Ah, we have a small amount stored. Well, that is actually quite good. This one is just not running anymore. Because of a lack of something or a bottleneck somewhere. Let's go and have a quick look. That is kind of what's holding us back at the moment. It's right here. You are making 5 boards. 5 boards is full. That's why you're not making any more. That makes sense. Any other way to get black? Nope, that is the only way. So thank God I actually saved this. Then we can actually make the aromatics then and the acetone. Probably get a few of those into barrels, and if we have too much, we can always vent it. I think that'll be fine. Gasify. Get all of you into barrels. Black. Delete. We kind of have to do that before going forward. Here we should add in quite a bit more up here to get it in. Go into barrels as well, probably. So they can all go into barrels. That might actually not be a bad idea. I'll just need 3 up top here for barreling all of this. Actually fits in very nice here. So 1. That takes a ton of room. That is not optimal. What would be a good way to do this? Where we actually have enough to fill it out. We'll also just leave it here for now and just take the black. That's the first thing we just need to go in here. Black, a barrel please. Jump here. Oh cool. Have fun at your meeting. I'll probably go in for a few hours still, since I have a lot of catching up to do. That is what I'm planning on doing. So I'll see you later. Chino? Dino? Barrels. Let's give this a try. Off with you. To hook you up. We have black liquor in barrels. Not that much, but hopefully enough to get some of this going. Give this a helping hand, see if that can speed up the process a bit. It did, so that's perfect. So now this is going. We have black Dgray, this is used to get the oxygen and gasifier. So that's just setting that one up somewhere. We will be good. Wow. That produced a lot more over here, a lot quicker than I thought. That is completely fine. Then we'll just set it up just down here. We'll need 2 automated factories in. Also. 2, 3. 1 supplying oxygen. 1 supplying black. Liquor barrel. Can I build anything on top of this? And good. So that is not gonna limit us in that regard at least. So let's see here. We're looking for aromatics. Acetone, I might just get that moved for now. Because things I need are a bit into the future. That's after green science. And we have a ton of things we need to do before we can even get that. So 1, 2. Let's try right here for now. You. Like you to jump here and there. You can just jump like that. Here, here, there. That should give us all we need in. Then we just need to get rid of acetone. Guess we might be able to vent it if we are lucky. Let's see if it's something we vent or we need a sink for it. That we'll see in just a second when we try and start this one up. Two. We'll get oxygen. Lift you and you'll get black. Black finger jig. That will go in, that will go into this one. Oh wait, let's remember to vent the right one. The other thing would have been quite bad if I vented the wrong liquid. Could also throw in what's it called, an overflow valve. Overflow to vent and then just barrel both of these. Just so we have some in case we need it in the future. Might not be a bad idea to future-proof myself, and future Dgray will probably thank me quite a lot if I do it. So if we do... Probably do it below instead if you want to. Barrel acetone and a barrel aromatic. At least have both of them in. And we don't have to worry about that part and you can just jump. Maybe like that. And I get you to go this way instead then. Not gonna work. Do it right here. Then this won't be the double one. Then you can jump that way and there and you there. I think that's going to make sure that we get the fluids into the network that we need. And as I said before, an overflow valve is very good to have. So an overflow on this one. That means if you go above 80%, this one, I would very much like to vent that into right here. Takes a bit more room than I wanted to, but we can always change that in the future. We just need barrels out. 2. And you're getting barrels, that'll go in. And what about this as a setup? Barely. Look at that, that is producing the aromatics. It's going to produce acetone. Acetone we don't need, but I'm just going to barrel it for now until we have this full. After that, it'll get vented into gas vents. Yeah, I think that's a good way to do it. We could do the same on this one, but doing it on both will make a loop where if this fills up, it'll just constantly work and burn things. And we don't want that to happen. That would be very, very unwise. So that was the last thing we needed for plastic. So I think the last thing this episode, at least for the YouTube recording, not for the Twitch stream, I think we should try and set up the biofactory. I think that would be a good way to do it, because getting plastic would be a nice little accomplishment to have done in this episode. Luckily we have a biofactory on us. Also we'll need double output, so we can actually just do you please over there. Change the 2 blue chests to something else. Then we should be good to go for the biofactory. You can go right there for now. I think that'll be fine. Or no, stupid robot. That's typical. Let's place it. Make plastic. It'll be syngas. So we probably don't have any in storage since it's all being used somewhere else. Will be aromatics out. Would it be easier to change it? Maybe. But if you do something like this, I think it will be fine. There we go. And hooking you up. Just like that. Here. And then we almost have plastic. Well, what a joyous occasion. Should we limit it? Should we limit it? We'll do it with these instead then. Limit it to 500. Less than 500 your output. That should be a good way to do it. Now it's just hooking these things up and we should be good. Aromatic barrel gets 50. Over here syngas. 50 as well. Storage of course, because that is all being used for the chromium. Here is some power for you. That be able to expand. Let's just add in a second one while we add it. Again, because of adding one gives us 100% increase if you only have one in the first one. So that's actually a very good way to get twice the throughput with limited cost. So hopefully syngas will start to kick into gear at some point. Water we have, oxygen we have. Are you missing cellulose? Seriously, I thought we made a ton of that. Oh, we're completely out of wood. So I'm guessing next episode will be us looking at getting the wood process up and running. I completely forgotten that was used for so many things. So yeah, I'll end the episode here. I'll end the YouTube recording here. We pretty much have our plastic. Only thing we need is pretty much wood, as stupid as that sounds. But wood should be somewhat easy to get from logs, and then we should be good. Oh, thank you, King Arthur. Thank you for dropping by. Hopefully you're enjoying the way I'm doing this a bit differently than many other people, using robots instead of a giant main bus. So yeah, I think this will be what we look at next episode. Water and trees. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Please remember that the stream is still going on. I might take a bit of a break, but other than that, we'll start in 10 minutes. So if you like this video, please remember to like it on YouTube and subscribe to the channel if you're new, and come join us on Twitch. You can get a lot of good information here. It is a very nice place to be. So with that, I will see you in next episode. Bye guys.